Hello and welcome to this session. Welcome to the session. So the first thing that I would like us to do is to confirm the audio. Okay, confirm that you can hear me. Confirm that you hear me. We're about to have an interesting conversation, and thank you for your patience, for staying and waiting all along. It's been a very, very wild day, but yes, I'm grateful to God for this day that we're able to do this. Okay, we're able to do this, and basically today I'm going to start with mindset. Our next session is going to be clarity. If I have enough grace and speed, we can do clarity today. But this is not about trying to get it all done. It's about doing it correctly and doing it right, doing it well. Okay. So today is going to be about mindset. And like I was saying, the favor that I'll be needing from you is let me know if you can hear me clearly, first of all. And I'll tell you the favor that I'll be needing from you. Good, amazing, amazing. Audio is clear, amazing. The favor I'll be needing from you is the fact that I would wish that you would share this. This cost me a lot. This cost me a lot. Cost me a lot. I wouldn't be. I So yeah. Let me just say that I saw you and decided to host this training. I saw you watching. I saw you and I decided to host this training. I know a lot of people may have been struggling with a lot of things, right? Trying so hard to meet up with expectations and demands, and things don't seem to be going well, or struggling with your finances, or struggling with achieving certain results, and they are just not forthcoming, right? Um, a lot of the time, why we struggle is not because we don't have what it takes. Why we struggle is because we don't even believe we have what it takes. We don't believe that, you know, there's something that we can do about our situation. Okay, so that's where the journey begins. The mind. The mind is where the journey begins. And as I speak with you, I would like to know if you can see my whiteboard, if you can see what is written on it, or is it twisted from maybe front left to right, or can you read it? Like, can you see it? Okay, let me know if I have to mirror the video. So whether you're viewing this directly or you're viewing it as a replay or you're viewing it as part of an online course later on, I would assure you that it's completely the same. It's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. It's still the same value, and there are certain things that are never going to age. Value doesn't age. Okay, value doesn't age no matter what. So not so clear from my end. Blessing Monday, no problems. Let me see what I can do about that. I'm going to put in my microphone, so be with me. Okay. So basically, this is about mindset. It's about your mind. Okay, it's about your mind. How powerful your mind can be. A lot of times we don't know how powerful it can be. We know what we have the capacity to do. Okay, simply because we don't even believe in the first place, or we have not seen representations of what we want to achieve. We've not seen the possibility, and that's where the journey begins. That is where the journey begins. Okay, um so yes. Okay, so I want to be sure that you can see. Can you see? Is it, the board is blurry? Okay, I see. I see. I see. I'm going to have to bring it a bit closer. Can you see it now? Can you see anything on the board? Can you see anything on the board? Okay. Just let me know, please. Okay. So can you read anything? Can you read on anything from the board? Can you read anything? Once I confirm that you can, then we'll get to it. Okay, yes. Someone says yes. Somebody said yes. Precious said yes. You can read. Okay, so um I'm going to try to do something so that it's going to be clear, or it's going to be more stable. Okay. Okay. So good. Good. This is what we have. This is what we have. Um, Mindset. Okay. Mindset. Understanding what this whole mindset conversation is about, right? That's the beginning of everything. Everything starts in the mind. Every action starts in the mind. You can't lift a cup without your mind conceiving that you're about to lift a cup. You cannot basically do anything if your mind doesn't conceive that you're about to do stuff. Okay? So you need to give your mind that credence. You need to give your mind that special attention. Because whatever your mind is doing, your entire being is doing it indirectly. So if you say that you cannot do something, if you say you cannot achieve something, your entire person is automatically admitting that and following it. Whatever your brain, your mind conceives, your brain interprets, and your body acts. Okay? Your mind is the seat of intellect, is the seat of wisdom, is the seat of thought. It's the seat of the seat of, oh, this is where my camera is. The seat of every philosophy that runs your life, that runs everything you do. That's your mind. It's the engine room of your entire being. Everything is connected together. So I won't go on and on to start speaking so much grammar. We'll do the real stuff. I pray it takes us less time, because I've been learning something, and that is to prioritize value over volume. So it means that within the next 45 minutes, you can get so much value than you would in a 7 hours course or in a 10 days program, just by listening to what I'm saying here and listening efficiently. Now, that's mindset. 2 words, mind and set. You know, when we were in school, it was basic technology. We were taught about thermoset plastic and thermoplastic plastic. And thermoplastic, when you heat it up, okay, when you heat it, it melts. And when it melts, you can reshape it into anything you want. It can be recycled. Thermoset plastic, when you heat it up, once it takes a form, you can no longer heat it to take another form. You can't melt it to take another form. If you melt it, you've destroyed it. So it's rigid. That's the way some people are. And that's the concept here. Once you bring something, you put it in a mold, it sets. You bring maybe clay, or you bring, what's it called? Maybe a gel. right? Or you are casting something. My dad is an artist, so he does a lot of the casting, sculpting, and all of that. So maybe you are casting something and you try to use a bronze. You try to use bronze to cast, and you pour the bronze into a mold. The mold takes that form. The bronze takes that form that you've poured into, whatever it is you've poured into. Now, think about it this way. This is your mind setting. It means that there's a certain atmosphere that your mind is going to be inside for your mind to set. There's a certain environment, a container holding the experiences around what your mind observes so that your mind can set on that particular atmosphere. So if you were born into a poor family by a poor father and a poor mother, probably ushered into the world by poor doctors or poor midwives, and you've gone to school, went to school with poor people, trained by poor teachers in localities dominated by poor people, lived in neighborhood resided by poor people, went to school, university, and a lot of your classmates are poor people as well. There is very little chance that at the end of the day you're going to be rich. It's not rocket science. It's simple math. It's pure human psychology. This is what you have experienced all your life. By virtue of positioning, you have acquired a domain of experiences. So now, poverty does not look weird or absurd to you. Looks like a normal daily experience. Looks like a normal daily experience. You're no longer uncomfortable in poverty because you were never uncomfortable in the first place. You witnessed lack, you witnessed scarcity, you witnessed pain, you witnessed frustration. Your father did not have money for rent. Landlord came to pursue him and he jumped out from the window. You saw all those things, right? You were thrown out of school because you couldn't pay. Your father could not afford to pay the school fees, and your mother could not also afford to support to pay the school fees. All of those experiences. And it begins to form something in your heart, in your mind. You ask your father for money for something important, and he says, money does not grow on trees. We don't have money. Your father is poor. Maybe you go to your mother to complain, and oh, don't worry, your father is poor. There's nothing we can do. Just be praying for him. And now you see that somehow there's a construct. Our internal philosophy system is already damaged because a lot of the time the emphasis is not on wealth creation. The emphasis is on something else that you can cling on. So your daddy does not have money. We don't have money in this family. So just be praying for him. Right? You are now absorbing another construct entirely. Does it mean praying is bad? No. Does it mean hope is bad? No. But you and I know that hope is not a strategy. Okay? Your father is poor. We don't have money in this house. Money does not grow on trees. Can't you see the children of the rich people? That they are wayward. I used to believe that at some point. That the children of the rich are wayward. They are often not useful to society, and the children of the poor will always do better in class. Interestingly, I used to have a lot of the children of the rich scattered in some of the classes, and now probably sometimes, not sometimes, almost all the time, I'll be best in class. And it was looking like that was justifying my philosophy that, maybe I'm best in class because we are poor and I have time to study. But that's it. So now your mind is setting on something. Your mind is setting on an experience, on an environment, on a platform, whatever the case may be. Okay. Now, there are two types of mindsets that I listed down here. The first one is growth mindset, fixed mindset and growth mindset. Okay. Fixed mindset. Remember the thermoset plastic. Thermoset plastic. Fixed mindset. So now, once you melt it, it's destroyed. You can't change it again. Your wall socket, those kind of plastics that are hard. If you melt it, you can't use it for any other thing. Okay. So that's thermoset plastic. There are people who are like that. There are human beings who think like that. You will hear people say things like, "This is how I am. I can't change. It's my zodiac sign." You have bad character. You are blaming zodiac sign, and you're saying, "This is how I am." That's why you won't grow. Such people don't grow. Because why? The zodiac sign may take maybe 4 years or 5 years to move an inch. So for some people, it may take like 20 years for their zodiac sign to change. I don't know. It may take many years because, and if it changes just tiny, maybe for those who are on borderline, those who are on 1st January, 1st December, 1st February, those kind of, no, not even first. I think the last date, 30th, 31st. So if there's any change in the lunar arrangements, the moon and the star constellation, all of that, if there's any change, then their zodiac sign will shift an inch. Maybe move from Aquarius to Sagittarius or whichever one. I don't know. Right? All of those things. Total bluff. Once you use a construct and hold yourself down, you have put yourself in this category. You have put yourself here. So let me even write this here. Zodiac. Okay? Because it's one of the things that we need to look at. So the fixed mindset. You tell yourself, this usually corresponds with scarcity and poverty. A lot of people who are here, most times you find them here and find them here. So like the fixed mindset is going to say, I can't do this. Learn a skill. No, not me. I'm not really good at this. Oh, I don't have, sell something. For example, a lot of us are stuck here. And that's why you will not have money. See, I woke up to that reality that if you don't sell, you are going to be broke, most likely, except you have rich parents or rich sponsors or you marry a rich husband. But if you don't know how to sell, and selling is not just about picking a product, right, and deciding to sell the product. I can decide to pick up this product with me, right, and I sell this for $10 or $15, right? It's not all there is to sales. I can still sell without having any product to sell, and myself, I be the product. When you are meeting a lady, should I use this example now? It's like I need another example. I should use another example. I want to sound very professional. Don't know if I should continue with the example, but then when you are going for a job interview, you are selling. When you are negotiating your salary, you are selling. The reason a lot of people get stuck in underemployment, paid employment, but they're paying you barely enough to just survive or to have, your transport fare sorted. The reason a lot of people are stuck there, why? They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to sell themselves. Selling yourself in an interview is sales. Oh, what do you do? Tell me about yourself. Whenever I go to any job interview and you mistakenly ask me as the first question, tell me about yourself. You want me to tell you about myself? Forget it. After answering that question, I can as well get up and go. I'm being very frank with you. If I answer that question, I can get up and go home. That's all you need. That's all I need. Job secured. Except I don't want it. The reason I will stay is to hear your own side of the story. When you are done, I will ask you, okay, so this organization, why should I work for you? Sell the organization to me. Because me too, I know small. I'm not a small person. So why should I work here? Why would you advise anybody to work here? If you had a younger sibling or an older sibling, whoever, would you advise your family member to work in this organization? I want to know. Really? I remember a point, I went for an interview and I started interviewing my interviewer. At the end of the whole conversation, I found out he was living a miserable life, and I had to start advising him. It's the work of the Lord that I'm doing. I had to start telling him, this job that you are doing, they're not paying you well. You can consider other things. Maybe host a training or something. HR was grateful. HR was grateful. He nearly cried. At the end of the day, I got up and I went home a happy person. At least I inspired somebody. Okay, so now, okay, yes. If you go to a lady as a guy, I'll use that example. I'll use the example. If you go to a lady as a guy and I try to talk to the lady, a lot of guys don't know how to do that. A lot of young men, zero understanding, zero knowledge. And I'm not kidding. By anecdotal evidence, by reported evidence, by direct research, by direct experience with the people I have met, I know. And the complaints I've been getting from ladies, a lot of young men don't know jack about how to reach out to ladies or how to speak with ladies. Especially those who are religious, the Christians especially. Let's study Bible together. Did you see what I saw in the book of John? Church meeting is this evening. Can we see after church? You see, just okay. I just wanted to tell you that God loves you, and you go. No, you just be. See, I don't want to share my experiences here, but that's it. I had to learn. I had to sit down and learn, right? But you need to understand that when you're doing that, it is sales. So you need sales for every single thing you want to do in life that involves profit. If you want to grow, you must sell. If you want to do anything, you must sell. To survive, you must sell. To breathe, you must sell. Sales is everything. So now you are now saying, I cannot sell. I don't know how to sell anything. I told myself that lie. I told myself I can't sell. At some point, my brothers bought me perfume oils. Thanks to them, because I would have just been a bookworm, hoping that when I graduate, I'm going to just make a lot of money from my salary, and I'll medical and health professionals in Nigeria, collect my salute, because it's a lot, The expectation is different from reality, and unfortunately, people will think you are rich and they are billing you because they see you on white coats. So thank God for them, because in school, I could remember they bought me perfume oils and say, CJ, you should be said, your mind should be open. That's why when I call my brothers my mentors, some people don't understand. I learned so much from them. And that's also part of what I wish I could address in this session. Sometimes it's see finish syndrome that would make you to lose your glory, to lose everything that should have come your way. Because some of you have very incredible people around you, as friends, as roommates, as family members, but you would never take them as revered because you don't see them online, because they don't have thousands of followers, they don't have millions of followers, or they don't drive a Benz, or they don't drive one exquisite car, right? It's foolishness. It's a sign of closed-mindedness to not be able to identify value. Some people will look at value and they would start gauging the age. That's another construct. Where is it? Ageism. Let me just put it down here. That's another construct. So you are looking at somebody, and instead of looking at the value they can offer you, you are looking at their age. Ah, this guy is too young. Some people will look at me and feel like, see, this guy is young. He's too young to give, to offer any meaningful value. Who are you to call yourself a consultant? Who are you to call yourself a life coach? You just jumped into the world not more than 40 years ago, and then you're calling yourself a life coach. Who do you think you are? Right? So these are constructs that are meant to keep you low. So back to sales, you need to master the art of selling. So when you tell yourself you can't sell, you are shooting yourself in the leg. So they gave me the perfume oils, and I tried selling it and realized how much I sucked at it. I failed woefully. Each time I tried to sell something to somebody, I felt like, nah, I shouldn't be doing this. Is this not bad? So I'll just give them and I'll collect money. And I know I bought this thing cheaper. And I know all of those things are going on in my mind. Come on. But later on, bit by bit, in fact, at some point I gave up. I collected all the perfume oils they sent to me, and I sent it back. I know they do again. Let me focus on my studies. But later on, I started understanding the importance of sales, how I can't do without sales, and I had to start learning. And did I learn? Of course. I've been able to close deals, good deals, good deals, good deals. Simply because I opened my mind and told myself, okay, maybe I could actually sell. Maybe I've not found the right resources to learn. Maybe I don't have the right motivation to actually do that. Maybe I don't even understand selling itself. Selling is beautiful. Maybe I don't understand it. But when I learned and I shifted my perspective, everything opened. Everything. And now I understand that there's nothing I can't sell. Why? Sales is not necessarily, and that's why a change of mind is important. A change of perspective is important, because that could be what's holding you down. Sales is not necessarily about you. Sales is primarily about the person who is benefiting from what you are selling. You see them and you care about them so much to introduce that thing to them because it is going to change their lives. That's sales. Sales is not about forcing something down somebody's throat, something they don't want. No, sales is about pitching a plethora of useful options to people and helping them make the best choice. That's sales. Opening people's mind. Opening them. Not best for you, best for them. That's sales. So the moment that entered my eyes, scales fell off. I stopped becoming shy because it's not about me. It's about my audience. It's about the person. That's sales. Okay? So now, fixed mindset will not let you grow. Fixed mindset tells you you can't change. It tells you you can't become better. It tells you you can't do more. It tells you you are stuck to where you are. You are always giving excuses. That's the realm of excuses. You see, all of these constructs define a fixed mindset. They are the things that control your mind. And if you must be free, you must be able to identify all of them one by one and break them down and destroy them. If you look here, I wrote something down here, which I will reiterate by the end of this class. I said, don't think outside the box. Break the box and think freely. Don't put yourself inside any dirty box. Come on, we've all been in boxes. Have you ever wondered why your school classroom is shaped like a box? You don't know the damage it is doing to your brain, that you begin to see life as confined and see how much time you are spending in your school environment. See how much time you are spending in your workplace, trapped in a place where it seems like there's a limitation to how far your brain can connect to reality, connect to life, connect to nature. So a fixed mindset is dangerous. It often leads to poverty. You see things from a scarcity perspective. You are always saying, this country is the government. It's because I was born Nigerian. It's because I was born into a poor family. It's because I was... Excuses. That's the seat of destruction. Excuses.
Now, it's not that those things don't exist. It's not that they're not valid. See, you cannot compare me with someone who was born into a Denuga or Dangote family. It's impossible. You can't compare me. And I cannot compare myself. But what will I now do? Should I sit down and weep till I die? No, I will not fold my arms. It is now my responsibility, and this is where reframing comes in. It is now your responsibility, my responsibility, to sit down and create another strategy map so that your own children and your children's children will have a name that they will benefit from. So that your own name can open doors for the people who come from you. Whatever has happened in the past has happened. You must learn to forgive the people who came before you for not knowing as much as you have the opportunity to know. Some people have witnessed very terrible marriages, terrible relationships, traumas in their homes. And it fixes your mind. And that's why if you go online now, you see a lot of nonsense going on. People have experienced trauma in family, experienced trauma in relationship. Nothing seemed to be working. And all of a sudden, you met Emeka, and Emeka promised you love. And at the end of the day, you know, he broke your heart. And then you met Chinedu. Chinedu equally pieces the heart. Two men. And maybe your mother was not fortunate enough to marry a good man. So the man you met in your house was not, you know, what you expected man to be. So now your brain has formed something, your mind has cooked up something, and then when you go online, it's all men has come, men are wicked, men are this, men are that, men are, you know. I was seeing one. Hey, I was so scared. The way the woman, they were talking, I posted it online. The way the woman was talking, the women in a podcast, the way they were talking, if they give them any weapon, we are gone. We are done for. Me, these days, I'm very careful because what people are carrying in their minds, what people are carrying in their hearts, you never can tell. Some people, because of what they've experienced, they don't mind if they have a nuclear, you know, any nuclear reactor. They don't mind channeling it in a way that it will wipe an entire generation, wipe an entire people, because of their personal biases and pains and traumas. Okay, so you must learn to start deconstructing. You must learn to start forgiving people for not knowing as much as you can know. The fact that your parents were not wealthy, maybe it's because there's a body of knowledge they did not get that you now have the opportunity to get. Maybe it's because nobody sat your father down and told him that, hey, look, it's good to do white collar job. It's good to become a lecturer. It's good to become a whatever. It's good to become a teacher. It's good to become a doctor. But if you do not learn skills that are relevant to the new economy, you are going to fizzle out. If all you do is to wait for the government to promote you, and at the end of the day, pay you your pension and retirement benefits, you are going to suffer when you get old. Maybe nobody told them that, but now you have the opportunity to hear the same thing. That means you have no excuses. You must forgive them, and then you must start charting your own path, creating your own course, creating your own life, narrating your own story. I don't know if this is making sense to somebody tonight. This is what a fixed mindset does. It will leave you poor. You see, I've noticed something, especially, I don't know if any teacher is here, teacher in Nigeria, school teacher. I've noticed something, and that's why I gave up. There was a time I started building a brand for teachers. I started building something for teachers, organizing classes for teachers and all of that. I wanted to do that as a passion project. The moment I realized how hard it was to convince the average Nigerian teacher that they can step out of poverty, I tried. I gave up. I salute those who do. I support them. I go and I teach, but no, not me anymore. Why? Because a lot of them, majority, do not even believe that there is possibility of creating wealth outside of the system. They would rather do a job that is paying them 80,000 naira per month than actually try to do any other thing that is meaningful, any other thing that is profitable, that has profit value. There's something I taught a group of physiotherapists some days ago, the Physiopreneur Mentorship Program. And I was teaching them and I said, you have to sit down and do profit potentiation. You have to sit down. How many days do you go to work in a month? Get your salary. Divide it by the number of days you go to work in a month. Divide it by the number of hours you work in a day. You will find out what your 1 hour is worth. So if they pay you, where do I write this one now? If they pay you 200,000 naira per month, right? Divide it by the number of days you go to work in a month. That's let's say 20, excluding weekends. Divide, what do you have? This is 1 and this is 10. Am I right? So you have 10,000 divided by the number of hours that you work in a day. This is going to be, let's say you work roughly 7 a.m. to 5, or 7 to 4, or 8 to 4, or 8 to 5. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 hours. So let me say 9 hours plus your preparation. You are on the road and everything. The discomfort is costing you 10 hours, right? It is definitely more than 10 because you wake up earlier to go to your workplace, and then all the stress and coming back on transport is definitely more than 10. But let's just use 10. So that means if you divide this, what your 1 hour is worth is 1,000 naira. You are earning 1,000 naira per hour for all the effort that you put in. Go and check the woman that is frying akara on the roadside. People can come and buy akara of 2,000 naira at once for their family. If she now has bread, they will buy bread. She's making profit. She has pap, they will buy pap, profit, right? So sometimes you underestimate some of these things. Why overestimating where you are? Because you don't know how much harm you're probably doing to yourself. And I'm not saying you should go and jump out of your job. I'm just trying to talk about Nigerian teachers. So now, that fixed mindset, a lot of them will believe that unless they increase my salary in school, I will remain poor. And please, don't dare tell me anything else. Leave me in my poverty. Just leave me in my poverty. I don't want to do anything. Oh, you can create wealth. You can create digital products. You can start something. You can start an academy. You can start projecting your brand online. You can write books. You can do. No. A lot of people will be like, no, I can't do all those things. I'm not cut out for all those things. Some people will tell themselves, one of the common lies we tell ourselves is that this business thing is not for me. There's some people who are that proud. This business and entrepreneurship thing is not for me. All this business thing safe. No, it's not for me. That's bad. That's sour. Terrible. So it's poverty that you want to settle for. Is it poverty that's for you? The moment you start saying all this entrepreneurship thing is not for me, everybody must not be an entrepreneur. See, unless you are at the pinnacle, the 10%, the 1% of the 1%, unless you are there academically, right, in terms of work, if you don't have physical strength and you don't have very sound intellectual strength in terms of the regular thing, the regular career thing, follow normal pathway, either from school, you want to become professor, or you want to become whatever, either from all of those things, or you want to become lecturer, whatever. If you are not academically sound to always sit up to publish papers, which is also entrepreneurship, but you don't know, but you subject yourself to a form of slavery that does not help you because you are afraid of another one. So, if you don't think, oh, this entrepreneurship is not for me, this entrepreneurship thing, I don't think it's for me, right? You have closed that door. When opportunities come, you run over, you run away. That's a fixed mindset. I used to think entrepreneurship is not for me, sales is not for me, right? And any opportunities that came at the time, I jumped over. Fear. So, growth mindset corresponds with abundance and wealth. What do you now have to do is what I call reframing. You have to reframe not just your terminologies, You have to reframe not just your philosophies, not just your stories, but also your vocabulary. You have to start from your mind to realize, okay, maybe I can. Sometimes you tell yourself, what if I can't? What if I try and fail? Start asking, what if I try and I succeed? What if? What if I try and it works? What if I host a training and nobody attends? If one person attends, is that not something? I don't even know how many people are viewing this. Now, I've had the privilege of organizing programs that people came in their thousands. This one now, at a point, I didn't want to do it again. I've had training programs that attracted over 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 people. But this time around, from this, that, oh, set up this, set up that, so many things. I said, should I not? Now, I don't know if up to 100 people joined. I don't know. I don't know if up to 100 people joined the group. So far, maybe around 80, right? But I did it regardless. I don't even know how many people are viewing right now. I don't know. But I know one person is viewing. I know one person is viewing. And that one person needs this information. This could be a turning point for that one person. So that was what matters most to me. That at least one person would be here. I am sure one person is here. And that one person is benefiting something from this. And that's what's holding a lot of you back. And you don't know what that one person will end up becoming. You don't know if that one person represents a million. You don't know if that one person, has a community of 10 million people. You have no idea. But you're just afraid to start or do anything. You're overthinking because you've already limited yourself and closed the gap. You have to start thinking in another dimension. What if I try and it works? What if I actually can? Nobody's going to beat me up for trying, except I try beating somebody up. But nobody's going to harm me for trying. Start that your brand. I don't like talking about, preparing for 2026, preparing for 2027, preparing for 2024. Since we have been preparing for, what have we been doing? Nothing. Most of us. So it's time to stop all this rigmaroling. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let's start doing something more actionable. Forget all the writing. See, no matter how much you want to write on paper and do it, if you're not ready mentally to launch out, to make mistakes, to try, you will keep writing. Next year, you will still pull out paper and write again because you've forgotten where the other one, jumped into. You've forgotten where you threw it into. Are you following now? Are you following? Are you following me? Are you following me? Are you with me? Let's get going. If you are, how's it going? And I hope you're sharing this. I definitely hope you're sharing this. Do me that favor. That's what I expect as payment for this. Of course, you know by now that if I were to charge for this, I would have gotten good money. You would have paid good money. But please help me reach more people. That's what I expect. That's what I expect as payment. So talk about it. If you're watching this, just share the video. Tell people about this program. Put it out there. Put a word out. I'll be seeing them after this session. I'll come and I'll check how many people shared. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so when you share, just hit come to the comment section and write shared, right? Come to the comment section and type shared. Okay, I would see it. Yes, so once you share, just type shared. Share it and tell your audience, and then you quickly come back, and then we'll continue. So you have to start changing your philosophy. You have to start changing your frame of thought. You have to start rewriting your life story. You have to start seeing possibility where you saw impossibilities. You have to start giving yourself a chance to try, right? So now you're telling yourself, instead of saying, I can't, you reframe that vocabulary. I can if I learn how to. I can if I know how to. Can you drive a car? I can't drive a car. Do you know what that means? You're not even saying at the moment. And that's one other thing I teach people to do when issues present that require a response. Oh, can you know how can you do this? Can you speak to an audience of 1,000 people? Ah, no, I can't do, I can't do. Hey. Some people even add God forbid. Hey. But how about, oh well, I can if I learn how to. Not yet. I have not arrived there yet, but I know I would definitely be able to when I learn. Thank you so much. Someone shared. Thank you. Who's that? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So you okay, I remember before I learned how to drive, before I started learning how to drive, I never thought I'll be able to drive. I never thought I'll be able to drive. Never. And that's also another thing that you know, I'll share with us. Let me write it there. Exposure. I'll write it as one of the secrets I'll introduce to you that would help you. Okay? So you need to now consciously start re-engineering your mind. You need to start re-engineering your mind. See, there are some things you did not experience when you were growing up, and all through your life, you saw only a certain kind of system. The only way you know to make money is through salary, because that's what your father did, that's what your mother did, that's what your elder brothers did, that's what your older sisters did. That's what you are doing. That's the only thing you know. So why are you not saying entrepreneurship is not my thing? No, it's been wired in your DNA through active programming, subconscious conditioning. And sometimes you are not in control of how you respond to life and situations because your subconscious operative system takes over. It takes over. Sometimes it's not you responding. It's a wiring inside of you that you have lived all your life through. Lack, poverty, pain. That's what's responding. And let me tell you this, even in relationship, a lot of people are suffering right now. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much, Fidelis. Thank you. Yeshua's baby. Thank you. So a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people in my generation, in the younger generation, are suffering for the pain of the older generation. Why? You would hardly meet any young man today who doesn't have an issue with women. You'd hardly meet any young woman today who doesn't have an issue with men. Not because men are evil or women are evil, because they have learned from what they saw in their homes, and they will now project it to whoever they meet. Young ladies right now may be struggling to feel loved. So you have a lot of love debt to pay as a young man. A lot of young men are already suspicious of women because they feel like women will end up as liabilities. So they project that insecurity on anybody they meet. So you see how mindset affects us. Indirectly, you don't know what's going on. You don't know why people meet you and they run away. You don't know why, you know, you don't know why you struggle to relate with people. If you check deep down, you'll find out it's subconscious programming. Subconscious programming. Maybe your parents did not do well together. They didn't really love themselves. They just lived as housemates or flatmates. When you grow up, you're now finding it difficult to actually love the person that you claim to love. Subconscious wiring, subconscious programming. You've not seen any other thing. You don't know what is ideal. Men are polygamous in nature because that's what you saw your father do. Subconscious programming. That's what he saw his own father do. Subconscious programming. You have to learn to deconstruct. That's where your freedom is. That's where your victory is. Some people have never been loved in their lives. They were not even loved by their parents. So when you try to love them, you have assignments. Programming. Trauma. Hurt. For some ladies, every guy is a cheat. Every guy is wicked. Every guy is, whatever. And you now carry yourself, your innocent self, and you are trying to prove your affection. And that's how you just die, because you can never you can't prove it. Why? Subconscious programming. There's something that has happened way before you appeared on the scene that you don't know. There are childhood traumas this person is probably bearing that they've not let go, and they will always project on you, and you will suffer. Subconscious programming. You see, if we don't heal, we will cause problem to not just the people that are coming to us, we'll cause problem for the next generation, because we'll pass it on. Definitely. Oh, women are this, men are this. You will pass it on to your children, and they will pass it on to their children. A time has to come that you sit and say, this particular trait, this particular issue, this thing ends with me. The fact that in my family, everybody's just going to school. Everybody will just go to school, be running up and down, look for a job. Some will even be bribing their way to get job. But how about I start something creative, innovative, entrepreneurial? How about I start something that can actually bring me value? How about I run a business? What if I try something different? You'll be the one to break the chain. Thank God I saw different things from different people. It helped me frame my own mind. Some people think, oh, being multi-potential is all about vibes and cruise. No, I grew up in a family where almost everybody I was seeing had so many things that they were doing that is valuable to society, to organizations, and people were coming and people were paying. I saw that thing. It didn't have a name. It wasn't as if we were struggling to do it. I'll see my brother make soap and supply soap to hospitals, liquid soap. I'll see him do this. The wife will bake. I will take and go and supply. We'll do this and do that, do painting, do welding, do all of those things. And it now made me, when people now come and say, oh, if you don't pick one, you will struggle. If you don't pick one, you will do this. If you don't pick, you must pick a niche or you will not succeed. I'm like, are you crazy? I don't understand what you are saying. It's never been my life experience, not from anybody I know. So you see how your own unique experience can shape your life destiny. Because you have seen a possibility, it is almost impossible for anybody to bamboozle you. So I've talked about growth mindset. Yeah, fixed mindset, growth mindset. You have to start changing to abundance, changing to wealth. I can become wealthy. I can create wealth. I can transform people. I can transform nations. And something has to come over you, that you stop thinking about just what will be enough for you and your family. That's where the problem lies for a lot of people. That you are thinking, I don't want to be. At a point, I told myself that I don't want to be rich, because if I am rich, I have money, I have the likelihood of rebelling God, I have the likelihood of disobeying God. That kind of thing. It's also religious construct that you need to deconstruct. You think wealth will make you sin. Wait until you experience real poverty. So I thought those things, and I was like, so I don't want to be rich, or I just want to be comfortable. I didn't know it was poverty mentality that was dealing with me. Poverty mentality. It was too much. I just want to be comfortable with my family. I don't want anything extra, just enough. If you are thinking that you want to have just enough for your family, just know you will be poor. I'm announcing it to you now. The only way to step over it is to increase your output. What do I mean? Is to increase your target audience, increase who you are expecting to help, so that your body or your mind automatically responds to that by building capacity, by stretching. If you think you just want enough for yourself and your family, there's every chance you will get it too. But there's also every chance that you easily fall below that line, and it will wreck you. But when you start thinking that I want to build systems for nations, I want to be relevant in my world, I want to leave a mark on earth. I want to leave things that people will remember me for. I want to leave a legacy. Not kidding. And truth be told, it's not a must. You don't need to. You don't have to. Nobody is forcing you to. But there is this extra fulfillment, I can tell you, that comes from knowing that your life is bringing value to the life of many other people. That you want to build systems for others. Is it with 100K in your bank balance that you will use and build a school to put these out of school children in school? Is it with 10K that is remaining in your bank? Some people have 6 accounts. I'm not a prophet, but I'm seeing some of you. You have 6 accounts. There's nothing inside. Don't worry. There's nothing inside anyone. If you put them out now and shout, do hey, to echo. But I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying this to awaken something in all of us. In all of us. There's room to grow. There's even if you have not, don't think you are behind though. That's another deception. You are looking at some people and you are seeing thousands of followers. You are thinking they are way ahead of you. Forget it though. Some of the people you are seeing with thousands of followers, there's no shishi. They are equally in the same category. There's nothing inside. There's no money, nothing. You know, the country is pressing everybody's neck. But then you have to be ready to emerge. No matter the definition the world has given to you or you have given yourself, you have to be ready to emerge. You have to be ready to say no. You have to be ready to get angry and move beyond the status quo. So abundance, wealth. I can create wealth for generations. I can build stuff that people would use. That's the next stage of value that we should be aiming for. At the basic level, you are looking for what is enough for you. At another level, you are looking for what is going to be more than enough for you. At another level, you are looking at what will be enough for you and people around you. At another level, you are looking at what will be enough for not just you and people around you, but people in the world. That you can build a tool, a platform, or anything that people, and now with the advent of artificial intelligence, almost everything is possible. Almost everything is possible. Okay? That you, people around you, can use something that you created. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that this thing was cut into. Let me see if I can change the layout. Just give me some time. I didn't know that. Okay, just let's take a short break, a quick one. So I'll adjust the layout of this camera. I want it to be wider. Okay, so bear with me. I didn't know it was like this, so bear with me. I please keep dropping your comments, and keep sharing. And when you share, let me know that you've shared. Okay, once you share, let me know that you did, so that I would. No. So yes, I hope you're getting value so far. I hope you're getting value so far. I hope you're getting value. Please, I look forward to seeing you engage. Okay. I look forward to seeing you engage. Oh yes, I've seen what I did. I've seen what I did. Okay, so back to this. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Back to it. I've seen what I did. Good. This is better. This is better. So, like I was saying, you have to be able to, start thinking beyond just you. Start thinking people, start thinking processes, start thinking systems and structures that will outlive you. So that when you work that hard, like when you work knowing that, oh, you want to build something that is beyond you, you are the most basic level. If you are building to feed people, you are building to help people, you are at the most basic level. So your own needs will automatically be covered. There's something called Parkinson's law. You can look it up. Parkinson's law. Your needs, your output expands in direct proportion to your input. This one will not gel very well. Let me explain. When you have needs, your level of preparation to meet the needs would be tangential, will be proportional, directly proportional. So if you have an assignment, this is the actual Parkinson's law. Time expands and compresses. You can compress and expand time through your expectation. That is what, this is the reason why most of you here listening to me at the sound of my voice, there is a particular time you go to bed. And no matter what happens, for some people it's 2 a.m., which is actually bad for your health. And no matter what happens, if you drop your phone, you can't fall asleep until it's 2 a.m., until it's 1:30, until it's as if breeze is entering your eyes, that kind of thing. There's a particular time you go to bed, right? And when you go to bed, you tend to wake up to do certain things. On Saturdays, you wake up late. You slept at the same time. But weekday, you slept at the same time, but you wake up early to go to work. Why? There's an expectation of time that's already recorded within you, whether you use an alarm or not. If you are given an assignment and you are told, submit this in 2 months, we can relate. Most of us here, we went to school and we passed through it. We can relate. Oh, this assignment, do it, submit it in 2 months. You will submit that assignment in 2 months. You will finish it in 2 months. You use 2 months to finish it. Majority of people use 2 months to finish the assignment. You come, you write small, you go, you come back, you write small. Maybe 10 pages is what they ask for. 10 pages. And you use 2 months to write 10 pages. But when they say, this assignment, 10 pages, submit it tomorrow, you will still write the assignment in 1 day. And it may be just as good as the one you used 2 months to do. Time is collapsible, time is compressible, depending on the needs, the expectations, and the demands. That's the law. You can do the same thing with nearly the same efficiency or even better. Right? So that law has been borrowed into economics. And we have found out that your need expands. Your effort and your results will expand to fit your need. That's why there's a certain level of money that will enter your account. All of a sudden, you stop taking waterproof ice cream. You start going for Cold Stone. All of a sudden, you look at your clothes and you're like, these clothes don't fit. The clothes are not nice for me. I need to give them out. There's a certain amount of money. If you are not careful, the money may not even be your own. Just try this. Let somebody randomly send you maybe 5 million to your account. Let it just sit in your account for 2 days. It will disturb. You may not even be able to sleep. But if you survive it, the next level of what will happen is that you start feeling uncomfortable with poverty. Like, haba. All of a sudden, you are no longer interested in entering bike. You want to take boat. Boat feels good. Normally, you enter car, 3 people, 4 people at the back. 1 person is big or 2 are big. They will now push you and squeeze you. But you don't even feel the pain. But the moment you have money in your account, the moment it seems like there's something coming in substantially, you will start hating poverty. You start loving luxury. All of a sudden, you move out from a place you were paying 200,000 and you go to town where they are paying 1.5 million in rent. Before, you condemned it. Before you said nothing, you swore that nothing will make you buy a phone of more than 100,000 naira. Now, what you are using is iPhone 17 Pro Max. Why? Because you have seen the utility. You have seen the utility and you were able to afford it. That is why you can go ahead and make that purchase. But normally you say, no, these people are wasting money. iPhone, thieves. Only thieves use iPhone. Immediately they gift you iPhone, your mind will change. They say, iPhone is actually better than Samsung. People, Samsung users, you go and start joining trends on Twitter. You forgot that at some point, you said people using iPhone are either doing OS or they are doing Yahoo. That is how your needs expand. That's how it automatically happens. So you use this. Because you know that if your vision is bigger, your mind would expand to accommodate the weight and the size and the density of your vision. It will expand. This is why women who get pregnant, you notice that the first trimester, it seems like the baby is still, their tummy is still a bit flat. The first 3 months is still a bit flat. 3rd month, 4th month, 5th month is beginning to come out. People are now noticing. 6th month, people are like, you pregnant? 7th month, everywhere is now coming out. For some people, by 5th month, it has already started showing, right? But it is going gradually. And then everywhere is, and they put to bed. There is an expectation within. So the body has to stretch to accommodate the baby, and it does it gradually. That's the same way. If you have an expectation to carry something big, now, if that woman is carrying a baby that is bigger, automatically the tummy, the abdomen will stretch to accommodate the bigger baby. By default. But now imagine what happens. The reason your tummy is still small is because you have not gotten pregnant. That's the reason your tummy is still like that. Once there's a baby growing inside, your body has no choice but to respond. But you see, you cannot now see a woman who is not pregnant and go to a woman who is pregnant and open her up and carry the baby and put inside the non-pregnant one and say, let's just do it. Believe it will happen. Believe, just put inside. No, it will not work. Everything has to happen simultaneously from the get-go. So now, what are the things that you need to deconstruct in your life? These are the things that you need to deconstruct so that you can be free, Biko, please. There's biases. What are biases? These are opinions without substantial evidence. Biases. Prejudices are also there. So you can hold someone to a standard just because they don't belong to your party, just because they don't belong to your club, they don't belong to your religion, they don't belong to your tribe. That's where, prejudice is coming. You can have a preference for something. It is not necessarily better by evidence, but you have a preference. That's what bias is. I can have a bias for something or a bias against something, right? So I have a bias against black t-shirts. For example, I'm saying maybe I have a bias against black t-shirts because I think that black t-shirts attracts bad luck. That's a bias. It's not true. There's no evidence. There's no proven search that says black t-shirts will attract bad luck. That's a bias. Zero evidence. But that's the way some people think. You are just biased about something. Prejudice, tribalism, bigotry. These are the things that rule the world. And if you do not conquer them, extremism, if you do not conquer them, you are going nowhere. Nowhere. You remain where you are. Your mind is fixed. Unless it's this person, I cannot do this one. Unless it is from my tribe, unless it's from my religion, I cannot trust, unless it's from all of those things. This is where it exists. So there's stereotypes. Stereotype is a narrative created either by society or people or anything, but there's a narrative. These people are like this. Oh, you see some examples of stereotypes. Gen Zs. Somebody could just come out online and make a foolish post that shows how unintelligent they are. These Gen Z people, these Gen Z people, those Gen Z people. It's true. Gen Z people, Gen Z will always do this one. Gen Z, they are lazy. Gen Z, they don't want to. Nonsense. That is a hallmark of foolishness because it's an unnecessary stereotype generalization. Intelligent people do not generalize. Generalization closes your mind. Intelligent people don't generalize. When next you see people generalizing, tell them I said that they are not intelligent. Women are this, women are gold diggers, women are this, men are scum. Unintelligent. Yes. Unintelligent. No matter what the experience is, you have to be able to isolate experience and behavior from people. Say, oh, cheating is bad. Adultery is evil. Not taking care of your spouse, not loving your spouse, not honoring your spouse, bad. Not giving women platforms that they deserve just because they are women, bad. Bad. Let's fight it. Let's give women space. Let's give them room, right? Manipulating any lady into liking you or giving you her body, evil. But when you now come and you're like, oh, men are scum, women are this, that's nonsense. It closes your mind. The more you say things like that, your brain records it, your brain closes up, and it makes you dumber. It makes you less intelligent. So you have to be able to sit and think before you say certain things, before you believe certain things. When people say certain things around you, just hold on a bit. Practice it to help you. Hold on and think. There's something off about this. There's something off about this. What if it's not true? Is it what evidence? How? Somebody just come out and say 90% of men, 90% of Nigerian men did what? What exactly? How do you know? Where did you get the study from? What's the evidence? What's the evidence? What else? Limiting beliefs. So someone has told you you can't do it. Oh, there are people from your side, they don't achieve this. This one, that one. I don't know how to sell because, oh, this one is not my thing. They are all limiting beliefs. I don't know how to speak in public. I'm shy. I don't have what to say. People will not listen to me. I'm inexperienced. I don't have experience. Whatever. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. So whatever it is that is limiting you, you have to be ready to let go. You have to be ready to let go. Now, what's the next thing? Zodiac signs. Zodiac signs. Throw that thing away into the gutter. I won't even spend time on this. Throw it away. Throw it away with all pleasure, by all means, by the special grace of God. Throw it away. You don't need zodiac signs. You can do research. That's one of the things I teach people, how to do research. How to do it. Validate anything that you are seeing. It's one thing that will help you. It's one thing that will help you. Research is one thing that will help you so much. Validate anything you are seeing. Okay, so zodiac signs are not it. There's nothing concerning you with zodiac sign. If you want to gain clarity on your personality, you can understand identity archetypes or enneagrams, or use 16 personality test to understand your personality or whatever, right? Or Tim Lahaye, a Chinese philosopher, he developed the four temperament theory that was written by Tim Lahaye in his book to highlight the work of the Chinese philosopher or the Chinese monk, whoever, right? That's where you find that. Or you can use um what is it called? The ikigai ikigai concept that tries to find what is at your core. You can use all of those things to discover yourself. But stop this zodiac nonsense. A woman met me one time. I was like, she knows somebody. I don't know whether it's her. I don't think it's her daughter, not her daughter, or someone who has worked with her. I was like, that that the person is also very hardworking, very nice, and if I see her, I'd like her. And I think the person is a nurse or something, right? So when I heard nurse, I was actually, okay. Let me just see her because I love working with nurses. For one strange reason, I just love working with nurses. So I was like, okay, let me see her. She now asked me what's my birthday. When was I born? I said January 28th. I said January 28th. And she said, no, no, January 28th, Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. I say, yes, Aquarius. Say, it's just that you will not match. She's, I don't know whether it's Gemini or whatever, Virgo, whatever. I don't know what she mentioned. Hey, say, hey, the woman did not, she did not connect me again, oh, like that, just like that. She didn't, she refused. She refused to connect me. Say it will not work. She has already seen that it will not work because I'm Aquarius. I say, okay, okay. So you see how some of these constructs keep people. Who knows? Maybe that person is my future partner. Maybe it's my future wife like this, and she just denied me the opportunity. I beg, that one is just there. So you see, traumas, right? Traumatic experiences, traumatic past experiences from home, from parents, from family. You have to let go. Sometimes, some people will be in relationships and then they will start feeling uncomfortable for no reason. Or you meet a good guy and then you're feeling uncomfortable. You are just trying to find fault in him. You are just trying to. There's no way a guy can be this good. There's no way. Something is wrong. He's pretending. He's going to hit me. Whatever. All of a sudden, you go and tell the person that I don't feel like God is leading. Meanwhile, it's not God that is leading anything. It's not God that revealed to you anything. Sir, ma, no, and let me not use sir or ma. Emeka. Sorry if you're Emeka. Hey, sorry. The person now go to the guy and say, it's not you, it's me. Or they will say, I don't think God is leading, I feel strongly that this relationship is not meant to be. God is putting it in my heart. Meanwhile, it's not God, it's just trauma. It's just trauma. It can be just something as simple as the shape of your beard is the same as the shape of the beard of her father or the shape of the beard of her ex. So, no. No. It can't be. They say it's God. And God will just be looking and saying, my hand is not here. My daughter, this guy is going to help you. But you are running because of traumas, past traumatic experiences, and we cannot invalidate it. Whoever is going through a traumatic experience that has shaped your worldview, my heart goes out for you and I pray that you heal. I pray that you find healing in every way, I pray that you find help that you need. I pray that even now, that God can use this as an opportunity to touch your heart in a special way so that you can heal, so that you can start seeing the good in people, so that you can give people a chance. I mean, you can give good people a chance so that you can trust yourself again. That's how dangerous and powerful trauma can be. Sometimes you can convince trauma as the voice of God. Trauma speaks, it has a voice. So that's traumas. I talked about prejudices, negative biases, negative predispositions against people because of who they are, because of what they associate with. Oh, Igbo people are this. Yoruba people are, hey, Tofiakwa, Yoruba people. And I witnessed this when I was doing my internship. I had people that didn't like, fellow interns that didn't like me because I was Igbo initially. But all those things dissolved. The moment we knew ourselves, all those things just dissolved. They dissolved. I had a senior colleague too that did not like me specifically because I'm Igbo. Chijioke. One openly told me that he does not like Igbo people. That I'm different, kind of, that he's still observing me. But that Igbo people, anywhere they come into, they like to dominate. Anywhere they come, they like to shine. They like to outshine others. They like to be number one. I'm like, is that not a good thing? I don't understand. Is that not a good thing? Shouldn't everybody desire to be number one? Say, they like to be the head. Me, leadership is responsibility. I even run away from leadership. So whoever gave you that concept, fine. But then because it has been associated in a negative manner, it has turned into a prejudice. Okay? It has turned into a prejudice. Now, sentiments, just like biases. Okay? You can have a sentiment about something, a negative or positive one. You believe this thing is better. Why? Somebody gifted me this, so I believe it has more value. You have developed a sentiment for something, right? Or because it is yellow in color, or because it was given to you by a friend, or because whatever. Or you are holding an opinion. That makes no logical sense. You can't build your life on sentiments. You shouldn't. On emotions alone, without any form of logic. Shouldn't. On how you feel. Oh, I just feel. No, you shouldn't. Right? So the next one, excuses, constructs. I've talked about generalizations. Think about all of the generalizations that you already know. Think about all the generalizations that you already know. Okay, ageism. Oh, Gen Z people, older people, whatever. So what is holding you back? Could it also be ageism? Could it also be that you are in your 40s and you think you cannot learn tech any longer? You think you can't build anything meaningful again? You think you have overgrown these things? Maybe you are even here by mistake. I mean, you're just scrolling through Facebook or LinkedIn and you just saw this guy and decided to listen to him, and now you are here. Maybe you are in your 30s and you feel like, this thing has passed me by. It's these younger people that own this world now. I've heard parents talk to me and they're like, this one is my children that you'll be telling. I've passed this stage. I cannot even understand what you are talking about. And we move from there. When I start working with them, sometimes we move from there to them being the ones now carrying it on their head. They are doing live sessions. They are organizing programs. They are doing stuff. They are writing books. Why? Because they've conquered this realm. That's all it takes to tell the person, Mama, you can still do it too. As long as you can talk, you can write, you can breathe, you can communicate. Mama, this is also for you. And they try and they do it and they win. So, constructs by society, by family, by whatever. Who creates this construct? Now, sometimes it can be this triad, right? Average, falling in love with average. What is normal? Status quo. Oh, this is how we have been doing it. Let me just be average. This is how we have been doing it. This is how we used to operate here. In my family, this is how we are usually status quo, average, normal, all the same. I wrote this backwards. Failure, right? Failure. And why I wrote this backwards is so that it will stand out. This is one of the ways you can conquer. Embrace failure as a strategy. Learn to fail now, fail fast. And if you must fail, fail forward, fail strategically. Use your failure as a lesson. Whatever it is you've tried and failed, it was a school. You paid tuition to learn something, to learn how something doesn't work, so that you can try again and figure out how it works. I hope I'm speaking to somebody here. So you must be ready to fall in love with failure if you must conquer these narratives, conquer these strongholds. So what are the systems of control that hold you back? You can see them here. These systems are what usually creates all of this. Huh? So we have religion, number one. Religion, society, tradition, tribe, culture, formal education, paid employment, family, marriage. These are all systems of control. And when I say the word control, it's not necessarily that it controls you like a robot, but subconsciously there's something these systems have introduced to you that you cannot do without, and they have shaped your life view, your world view. There are some people who cannot think outside the lens of religion. Take religion away from them, they become idiots. Take religion away from them, they can't think. They have no opinion of their own, no opinion, except what the religion permits. And these people are everywhere. Christians and Muslims and every other person alike. And it's not necessarily about, a certain fixed religion. It's about a movement with an association with divine. That's what religion means. Once you create a set of practices and associate it with a higher power, you have created a religion. So, whether it is your own church that you have associated certain things with a man, that you have made a man your God, whatever the case may be, you cannot think straight. If you can't take decision without your pastor saying this or saying that, you can't think straight. Without your imam interpreting this for you or interpreting that for you, you can't think straight. If you put religion ahead of humanity, you can't think straight. Your mind is going to be fixed on that. Religion can be dangerous. It can harm you. Can be dangerous if used wrongly. Can be dangerous. So you must learn how to sit and look at things and say, okay, let me shift my eyes and look outside of this lens. What if? It doesn't make you an enemy of God. It doesn't make you an enemy of your religion. You are just you have the gift of brain. If God did not want us to think, He wouldn't have given us brains. We would have just had cameras. Just see, snap, photocopy. He'll give us photocopy machine. But God gave us brains for a reason. And the ability to use your brain is a more divine assignment. Society is another construct. Oh, this is the way society says. Society says a woman should. Society says a man should. A man should do this. A man should do that. A woman should do this. A woman should do that. From where? Society. Society says. Tradition says. There's something Kule Shoriyo says. Tradition is peer pressure from dead people. And the next level of that is peer pressure from a generation. When he said that the first time, it hit me very hard. Tradition is peer pressure from dead people. And the next level of that is peer pressure from a generation. Some of the things you are dying over, some of the things you are fighting over, some of the laws and rules were set by people who are no longer with us. And at the time they did that, they were probably silly. No dishonor to them. Some of them were actually silly, some were wise. But some of the things that we are now trying to follow in the name of tradition were stupid. Killing of twins used to be tradition, so that you don't think I'm talking out of point. Killing of twins used to be tradition, used to be people's culture. But somebody came and said, no, no, it does not make sense. No, this has to stop. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? So now, in the past, some people will come to the world, they will be born, and after a while they die. They will be born again, after a while they will die. And then the parents will say, oh, this person is Obanje. In some tribes, some cultures, this person is Obanje. That means person is kind of a witch or a sorcerer. And then they will catch the person and born, maybe kill the baby, the child, or give the child a mark when the child is born. Right? Say, oh, this is a, so that the child will not come back again to life. Or if the child comes back to life and carries that mark, they can now know that the child is coming back again, and then they will terminate. Very crazy stories. You can look it up. Unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, fortunately, later on we discovered that it was not actually Obanje that was killing these children. It was sickle cell disease. Somebody thought out of the box. Somebody broke the box and started to think freely. So you see how all of these things affect us. Culture, formal education. You must go to school. There's a pattern that has been created for us. Education is wonderful, amazing. But then when you now believe that, oh, you have to go to school, nursery, primary, secondary, tertiary, you finish all of those things, and then you do masters and PhD. That's the straight line, and then you become a professor. That's the straight line for most people. Or go study, start working, get promotion, become director, deputy director, whatever. Retire, get your pension, die. Or, oh, this is the way we used to do it. In this family, we marry at so and so age. And then, a woman, you must marry at this age. So go to school, graduate, get married, born children, grow old, die. Where in that equation is the fact that you are going to build systems and structures that would empower millions of people? Where in that equation? You don't see that. Formal education, paid employment. If you already know me, I don't need to talk about this one. If you know me already, this one is a done deal. But there are a lot of people who believe that nothing good comes in life outside of paid employment. So they have to be in a job. That's another construct. You don't believe you amount to anything if you don't have a job. The word jobless scares and breaks your heart. But it's not meant to be, because you cannot be jobless. Unemployed. You can be unemployed and be a billionaire. You can be an unemployed billionaire because nobody employed you, so to say. You do contracts. You employ yourself. You work from home. You sleep when you want to sleep. You have command of your own time. That's possible. That's doable. Maybe not right now where you are, but you have to start thinking like that. That you want to be able to build a family where you don't have to, your wife is pregnant and she needs your attention, and then you have to go to work to meet up to the demands. And you have to do this all your life. There's something deeper that we need to see, to challenge ourselves to think differently. Now, what next? Family and the rest of them, all of these things, right? So now, finally, you have seen all of this. I've gone through all of this for you, right? I'll outline three solutions that would help you so that your mindset you can control what you see and control what you build, what you make out of yourself. Number one, learn to research. Okay, there's something called tabletop method in coaching. I learned it when I was doing my life coaching program, CBT, cognitive behavioral technique, and it's the tabletop method. So like ideas lay on top of tables, right? Ideas lay on top of tables. What biases and all these constructs may do is to attempt to make the table unstable, right? So when you try to deconstruct anything, you cannot present an evidence that this, I mean, you can't try to just say this is false. Somebody says something and you say, no, it's not true. You can't just say it's not true. You have to present evidence for it not being true. You have to present the evidence that it is not true. Okay? Just give me some time. Let me grab my power bank and I'll be with you. So you have to present evidence that whatever they are saying is not true. You have to go and fish the evidence. You have to go and do research. And that's part of what I teach people. Okay? It's part of what I teach people. So now, what do you do in the tabletop? You replace the legs of the table. You replace the legs of the table. Okay? You replace the legs of the table. So for any bias, any wrong opinion, any mindset that you are removing, you are replacing it with something. You are replacing it with an evidence. You are looking for an evidence. Okay, Nigerians cannot do this, that. You go and search online. How many Nigerians have done this? Somebody will come and tell me, oh, multi-talented people don't amount to anything. I go online and I'll go and search list of 20 African multi-talented people who have done amazing stuff. And I see all the list. So when I tell you is a lie, I can readily replace it with proof. That's you replacing, the table legs for an argument to stand. Now, research is one thing that will help you. Research, getting quality evidence. Number two is exposure. I think I have to sit at this point. I've been standing for long. Number two is exposure. Exposure, right? What do I mean by exposure? You have to be in the presence of people and systems that work in a certain way to see the possibilities therein, right? You have to be in the presence of people and systems that work in a certain way to see the possibilities that they possess. You have to expose yourself. Sometimes just go to luxury places, luxury apartments, luxury neighborhoods, just to see what it looks like. Have a view of what's going on there. Okay? So that you can understand luxury from another angle. You can understand that luxury is not a sin, but a necessity. Okay? Reach out to people that you see possibilities in their lives. Sometimes it is the existence of people that prove a thing to you and opens a new door to you. And that's why you must leave. You must decide to, to push on. Because through you as well, a lot of people will find light. No matter what it is you've gone through, no matter what it is you're going through right now, through you, so many people can find light. You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up. So that you can become the environment, the atmosphere that they will see and say it's possible. A lot of people have met me. A lot of people have approached me for coaching and mentorship simply because I am multi-talented, simply because they think I'm multidimensional, and I will understand them. I won't shut them down. When they go to other coaches, they tell them, you have to pick a niche, you have to pick one thing, you have to do only one thing. If not, you will not survive. If not, you will perish. Right? But then they see me talking about different things. They see me doing different things. They see me in the hospital today, in a boardroom tomorrow, in a conference the next day, speaking about one thing, on television the next day, on radio the other day. Next thing, I'm talking about the book I'm writing and all of that. They're like, what? How the heck do you do all of these things? And I'm like, I'm just me. I'm not struggling to do anything. I'm just being me, right? I am being me. So this is what I want you to understand. Okay? And then again, the last one, but not the least, get coached. Get mentorship. Get real coaching and mentorship. That's one of the ways you unlock possibilities. Get real coaching and mentorship. Reach out to people who carry the possibilities you are looking for and get coached. It expands your mind. It expands. Of course, you have to start by believing in yourself. But this time, you need structure that tells you this thing is not only possible, it is doable by me. There are actionable steps I can follow to get the results that I seek. So get coached, get a mentor, get results. Okay. So yes, this is the conclusion of the day one of the personal and professional development bootcamp. I look forward to seeing you in the subsequent days. Okay. If you want to join the group chat, I think the link is showing. Whatever platform you're viewing from, the link should be showing. Not just that. If you also want to, if you need some hand holding, if you need some private mentorship, whatever, you've heard something tonight that struck you, that inspired you, that lifted you, and you want direct mentorship, you want me to hold you by the hand, or you want to join any of my groups, any of my communities, feel free to register. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay, let's talk about it, and then, you know, would take it. I'll take it off from there. Reach out to me, send me a message, and I'll respond, and we'll take it off from there. The next session is going to be on clarity, and I want it to be as big as possible. Please, I want you to inform people, because that training, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot, and I'll be launching an application that I developed myself on clarity. How to gain clarity, an app that you can interact with, and it would basically replace me. So it's more like I've built my replacement. So you can chat with it, you can fine tune your skills in about an hour. It's going to do the work that you would have paid so much to get done. Okay, it's going to sit with you and draft out your skills value by value, precept by precept, give you workable action plans afterwards. Okay, and then if we need to speak from there, it will also direct you straight to me. But this is what I would, basically, this is where we'll call it a night. I don't know if anyone has a question to ask. Um, I'll take the questions in the group. It's already approaching 2 hours. I don't want to get to that 2 hour mark. Okay, so I'll take the questions in the group. Whether you're in the group or in my inner circle, just get in and ask me a question, and I'll take it up from there. Thank you very much for joining tonight. And yes, if you want to join my inner circle, you're welcome as well. You're welcome. You can reach out to me and we'll talk about that. It's a paid program, it's a paid mentoring circle. But then if you want to join, I'll make it easier for you. I'll make it way easier for you. Reach out to me today once you get to this point and see what we can do together. Have an amazing night rest. I hope this. Thank you very much, Oyetola. Thank you so much. So I hope this really blessed you. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, please don't hold back feedback. Don't hold it back, please. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know that this blessed you. Let me know that you are inspired. Let me know one or two or three things that stood out for you. Give me that feedback. Um, it will also inspire me. Like I said when I started, this cost me a lot. It cost me a lot. Maybe not a lot of money. Maybe not a lot of money. Obviously some money, but not a lot of money. But maybe later I'll explain. I will explain. But for now, yeah, please let me know that it was worth it. Let me know that my time is worth it. We still have a couple more sessions to go. Ensure that you're in the group. Okay, ensure that you're in the group, and then let's have fun. I'm going to create another group and send the link within the group so that you can talk about your experience. Or I'll just open the group tonight. I'll open the group tonight. All I want to see is feedback. Okay, once I open the group, all I want to see is feedback, nothing else. So just feedback, appreciation, what you learned, 3 or 4 things that stood out for you, how you felt about class. Okay, so that we don't open multiple groups. Just open it, and after a while, I mean, after a couple hours, we can lock it up again. So nothing else but feedback. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Temidayo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you all have an amazing night rest. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think at this point I may want to step out, but I don't mind if anybody wants to come on stage. If you want to come on stage, I can give you access to the link. If you want to, maybe one person come around on stage and share your experience tonight, you can click the link that I just shared. Okay, if you want to give your feedback virtually, you can click the link that I shared, and then I'll add you to the stream. Come on stage and say hi to my audience. It will be nice. It will be nice to hear from you. Anyone? If there's any, you can click on the link. Click on the link and join. Hello. I can see a lot of people are here, but I don't know. The string yard is not showing me exactly who it is. So please click on the link if you want to come up stage. Share something with us. Share something. Perhaps you have something else that you would like to, talk about. Okay. So I'm going to wait a little more time